Assalamualaikum, welcome to chapter 9 SRC 550. So hari ni kita nak cerita pasal how to respond to media calls. So basically we're going to do the do's and the don'ts for media calls. Okay? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So this is other thing that you need to understand. This is the newsroom hierarchy where the publisher is on the top of it. And then we have editorial page, managing director, and then the city director, a city editor, business writers, news writers, beats, sports, and others team are in the same level. Okay, so the first one that you need to do first is preparation. Before you answer for any media calls, you need to prepare. What are the things that you need to prepare? First, you need to know the reporter's needs, and then you need to develop 2 to 3 key points, and then you need to draft out the questions that might be asked, and then you conduct interview, and then you try to critique yourself. Preparation is very important for you to build up your confidence and to make you familiarize with what's coming to you. Number 2, know your spokesperson. Who is your spokesperson? Understand the media policy. Who is the chief command? Prepare a backup spokesperson if, for example, that spokesperson cannot come. And a spokesperson must be selected accordingly to the current situation. For example, if you are talking about Malaysian economy during the COVID situation, the Prime Minister will be the spokesperson. When you're talking about SOPs, you're talking about the what else? Oh, you're talking about the law. You have YB Ismail Sabri. And then when you're talking about the current situation of COVID-19, about the health, then DG Hisham will be the spokesperson. You need to have your own spokesperson. Okay. Be prompt when responding to inquiries. Whenever there is a question, you need to respond and you need to answer it genuinely, because it is the key to influence the story. Because sometimes what you prepared for the media might not be enough, so the media have their own questions, and this question is actually the key in influencing the story. Next, match your manner to the topic. So you have to have a good body language, and you need to dress properly, especially in the television. You need to be very serious if you are talking about a serious matter. Okay, and then you have to determine appropriate location and background for your interview. Okay. Next, control the dialogue. Okay, select the key point, and then open the interview with the key points, and then you need to make sure that you have you will have the control towards that current interview. Make sure that you have control to the interview. Okay. Be quotable. Use pitchy notes, memorable and widely used by the media. Distinguish you from the rest of the story. Increase the chances that you will be quoted. So, for example, that if the interview involves 3 persons, make sure that you are able to be quotable, okay, in that particular news. Use anecdotes, okay, paint a picture with average persons that can understand and appreciate. So you need to show a good credibility. You should be very realistic, okay. You need to talk in a manner of a human being. For example, you can see the differences of politicians' speech and the speaker. So by having a humanity in the speech, this will make people like you, and the story will become more lively. Okay. Use short sentences and a clear language, because you really want to be less likely to misquote it and need to be understood. Avoid jargon. Use simple words only. Okay. Next, we have bridging. Okay, bridging is where people ask about the problem talk about a solution. So you need to answer the question. So you cannot ignore the question. Try to restructure and use connector. Bridging is very important because sometimes when you give a statement, from your statement it will cause a question and you need to answer the question relating it to the topics or the points that you have been mentioned earlier. Okay? Now, don't. Number one, don't become fixated by the question. Tough, unexpected question. So you have to remember, question is not important, but the answers are, because your answer will determine the controversy of that story. Okay, sometimes if you have a wrong answer, then you will be misquoted and then people will misjudge, and this will come to misleading information. There are a lot of things that will be impacted. So be reasonable with the questions and answer it very well. Okay? Don't fall for common tricks and traps. Okay, for example, A or B dilemma, absent party trap, where were you when blah blah blah, or if you're given chances between A and B, which will be your favorite choice. So this is all tricks and traps, so you have to avoid this, and you need to answer firmly. Okay? Do not use no comments, because this will show that you are very secretive and arrogant. Just go for I'm so sorry, I cannot reach for any comments for it now, but I'm sure if I have the answers to the question, I'll definitely go back to you. So this one shows that you are very concerned. You are very, what we call, you are respecting the reporter as well. You're not so secretive as what you should be. Okay? Next, do not treat the reporters as your adversaries, because their goal is to get the story. Fews are only truly to get to you, but sometimes adversaries can become enemies because they can use the story to get to you and to get to your organization. So you have to remember that the main goal of a reporter is they need the story. Okay? Don't go off record. Only if you are well known. If you have known your reporter so well, then you can use go off record. And you can also use it for defensive purposes. Okay, establish guideline for the off record, because sometimes when we say, okay, I want this to be off record, it means that sometimes this show us that we are being secretive also, when we're not following the guidelines, or we're not following the, what we call, we're not giving out the information very well, because we want to go off record. If that thing is true or if that thing is good, why should we go off record, right? So do not go off record. Do not answer hypothetical questions, okay, because once you've done it, it's hard to stop. Okay, so you need to avoid hypothetical question. Hypothetical questions mean something that asking for your opinion and you're not sure about the answers, and you're going to give your opinion. Sometimes it might ruin you and your organizations. Okay? Do not think that you have answer to every question. If you don't have the answer to every question, you don't have answers to that question, just simply answer, I'm so sorry, I don't have any answer to that question now, so if I have the answer, I'll get back to you, because that is not your job. Not every single thing is something that you should know. For example, I'm asking the Ministry of Health about law, something that need to come from MKN. Definitely they don't know about it, so don't answer it. Okay, right. Next, last one, do not elongate negative stories. So you need to be careful with what you're saying, because sometimes from what we're saying, it will cause lots of trouble for us. So yeah, just be careful. So I think that is all for today. I hope that everyone will understand about what do's and don'ts for engaging media calls. Okay, I know it's very hard, but maybe some of you doesn't have any um, experience yet, experience in engaging with the media. But yes, once you are in the industry, you'll definitely have chance to engage with the media. Use this as a guideline so that you won't fall into traps and it won't give you bad image. Okay, with that, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.